New York, a city that runs on hustle and hunger, steel, neon, noise, and music. On this season of How Hard Could It Be? One debut single, 7 days, 1 million Spotify streams.
Look, I fear that by saying 1 million streams in 7 days on a debut single, numbers like that kind of just don't make sense to us. So roughly 100,000 songs were released each day last year. That's around 36.5 million for 2024. Now granted, most of those weren't singles. There were albums, and they weren't debut singles or debut albums. All of this is to say that the number I was able to find was 0.005%, or 1 in 20,000. Of those artists that do hit 1 million streams on their debut single, most of them were already established acts that were either pursuing music for the first time, so let's say they were a celebrity in their own right, or they were part of a band and decided to go solo. So they were bringing a massive audience along with them. For me to succeed in this project, I have to have this song go viral. Now, you know, and I know, and everyone knows, we have no idea why a certain thing goes viral. I will interview artists along this journey who talk about content creation for their songs, for promotion, and they explicitly say, oh yeah, I made this and I thought this was gonna go viral, but this random other thing that I made, that's the one that popped off. And that's what we're dealing with. It's an irrational beast. At its core, How Hard Could It Be follows a guy chasing a goal. Each season, I'll throw myself into a different creative field, set a goal, and document the entire process of trying to achieve that goal. The stakes are simple. For this first season, I've been working on this project for 5 months, and you'll be following along for the remaining 3 months that leads to the song's release on January 23rd, 2026. From that point, I'll have a 7-day window to try to hit 1 million streams. I'll either succeed, thanks to you, or I will fail spectacularly. The rules are simple. No bots. If I pay a creator, I'll say so and explain my reasoning behind it and the dynamic of the collaboration. Otherwise, it's organic or nothing. You can buy streams. You can buy your way onto Spotify playlists. It's hard. You'll have to know people, but it's possible, and I will explain all of this in a future episode. This process is about stealing what works from working artists who have been generous enough to share their time and insights and testing it out for you. The challenge for season 1, 1 million Spotify streams on my debut single within the first 7 days of its release. The good news is, I won't need all million streams to come from you. That's right, folks. Welcome back to math class. See, I get to contribute to the streams as well, and it's pretty substantial. So if we take a 7-day period, the challenge window, that's 10,080 minutes. The song runs roughly 4 minutes, a little under, and that gives us a grand total of 2,520 streams. Hello. I mean, we're basically there, which means that the remaining streams total I'm confident that if the song lands, the numbers will follow. And if I faceplant, well, you'll have a front row seat to it. In the meantime, let me show you where the song currently stands.
No, I'm going to... We could just do a 7th. I mean, Does that kind of work?
Mm-hmm. Because the 7th feels like you want to resolve it, and then it starts to resolve again in the...
Because then we could just... We could work in a triplet. So...
Let's run with that, and then you can always like
Yeah.
work it once the top line starts to settle.
Yeah.
But I think it sounds good. I think it just needs a little bit of polishing for the transition, but I think it sounds good.
Oh, that's why, because that was the wrong lyrics, like I'm an idiot. Oh, cut that part. All right, sweet. Let's go once more. I've spent years carrying other people's limits like they were facts. If you've done that too, I invite you to join me for this ride and see if we can prove them all wrong. Right now, all you need to do is hit that subscribe button. Maybe send this video to someone who you think would find this journey inspiring. Follow along on all social platforms at How Hard Series. And get ready, because shit's about to get real next Friday. 1 million streams in 7 days on a debut single? How hard could it be?